Good morning. Welcome to day one of our 8th Future Talent Conference, hosted online for the very first time. We're excited to be hosting over 1,400 of you from all over the world. On a day when England goes into national lockdown and the US election result still hangs in the balance, although now thankfully favouring Biden, we hope to lift your mood with some surprises and delights. I'm Jim Carrick Birtwell, the founder and CEO of Future Talent Group and Change Board. We were originally scheduled to host this event in March, but had to postpone because of the pandemic. I'd like to say a huge thanks to all of our attendees and partners from March for your patience and trust that's allowed us to reimagine this event online. Our theme, purpose, meaning and culture feels more relevant now than ever. It's been a year where we've all had to think and behave differently. We've had to focus on the fragility of our humanity. There's been a premium on kindness, empathy, listening, and on helping people in our families and in our workplaces feel safe and included in ways that we'd never imagined before. Now, we've loved developing a virtual conference, but there are obvious things that we lament, especially the loss of being able to meet together. Hence, simulating a theatre. We're all missing the magic of live entertainment. Theatres, I believe, are sacred places. They provide a special headspace to watch, to listen, to reflect, and to imagine for a few precious hours. I'd ask you to treat this event as you time, to focus on your own learning, your own growth, and your own development. I also can't wait to hear from our amazing lineup of speakers. I've had the privilege of working with them, but much like a play, it all comes together with its own alchemy in real time. Now, as well as the pandemic, the other seismic event since March is the tragic death of George Floyd in the US. And at Future Talent, we felt moved to actively reflect on the issues raised by this in our agenda. Inclusion has always been at the core of our content and events. However, I don't want the Future Talent flat platform to be just a talking shop. We need to see change that provides the Black community with representation in the workplace that their talents deserve. Bluntly, if we don't all work together on this with a common inclusive aim, we won't see material change. So, my hope is that this event will be a catalyst for that change. As a Future Talent commitment to support and promote diversity, equity, and inclusion, I can announce that we'll be launching a platform for people leaders shortly after the conference. In the spirit of openness, sustainability, and measurability, it will allow you to share insights, experiments, and learnings that you've been pursuing. It will also enable you to connect with leaders from around the world to support and mentor one another as you implement cultural change initiatives in your organizations. Above and beyond everything else, Future Talent aims to be the change that we all want to see. The launch this year of Future Talent Learning feels like incredibly purposeful work for us. The golden thread over the last 15 years for our business has consistently been to help people to future-proof themselves in the changing world of work so that they can develop the skills, mindset, and behaviors to thrive and prosper. Our transformational leadership program does exactly that. It focuses on upskilling existing employees with better interpersonal skills. It's 100% virtual, which is handy in this climate, and is designed with digital simulations and virtual events, as well as a multimedia curriculum and personal coaching for every learner. In England, it's funded through the apprenticeship levy, and we're also working with many organisations to deliver it around the world. Now, before I hand over, a few thank yous. It's a privilege to be working with Oxford University's Said Business School as our headline partner, with other prestigious partners including Heidrick & Struggles, Finsbury, Alexander Mann Solutions, Imperial College Business School, RADA Business, and Becoming X. I'd like to say a special thanks to Margaret Heffernan for writing the foreword to this event, which you can read in the programme, hopefully at the interval or during the breaks. It's incredibly prescient and is a testament to her wisdom, genius, frankly, and foresight. I'd also like to thank our brilliant team for their passion and commitment to transforming our Future Talent Conference this year. I'm incredibly proud of you for your dedication and inspiring work. The challenge that we've set ourselves within this digital space, to borrow from Shakespeare's Henry V, is to try our best on your imaginary forces to work. And we ask humbly that you piece out our imperfections with your thoughts. Thanks for being here to create something special with us. We aim to honour that. Thanks to all of you who joined yesterday. We had amazing comments flying around all day in the chat and on social media. And welcome to you if this is your first day at the conference. We've got a completely global audience again, with over 1,400 people attending, which makes this a truly global conversation. I'm Jim Carrick Birtwell, the founder and CEO of Future Talent Group and Change Board. Now, I wanted to say a few words of reflection about yesterday that will hopefully also provide some context for what's in store today. Our theme, purpose, meaning, and culture, was picked up in a number of ways, which I'd like to briefly go over to ground us for today's sessions. Firstly, humanity, a deeper appreciation of our own humanity. Secondly, inclusion, really honest conversations about inclusion and the actions that we can all take. And finally, learning, a profound appreciation of our capacity for growth and adaptability in these highly disrupted times. A palpable sense of our humanity is, I think, inescapable in these times. Our speakers spoke about vulnerability, empathy, listening, and self-reflection, about the illusion of certainty that most of us seek in our personal and professional lives, about self-awareness being the foundation of our ability to develop and learn. Imagination and creativity was also a recurring theme. Margaret Heffernan urged us not to lose confidence in our own imaginations and said that in an age of uncertainty, efficiency stops you being agile. Kwame Kwayama talked about creativity, describing how artistic leaders look deeply at the trends of our time in an attempt to create stories and narratives to, as he put it beautifully, I thought, ride the zeitgeist and create a sense of meaning. This morning, we're all going to lean in and excavate more deeply into this sense of our own humanity. And secondly, inclusion was at the core of our conversations. If you didn't see the panel discussion about the issues raised by the Black Lives Matter movement yesterday, I'd really urge you to watch the video of it when it appears on our Future Talent magazine in due course. It's an incredibly honest, inspiring, and humbling conversation. We'll also be revisiting this theme of culture and inclusion and the purposeful actions that we can all take towards meaningful change. I said yesterday that Future Talent aims to be the change that we all want to see. I'm encouraged that if we can work together on this with a common, inclusive aim, we can together be a catalyst for that change. And to that end, I made the following commitment and announcement, which I'm pleased to repeat this morning. Future Talent will support and promote diversity, equity, and inclusion by launching a platform for people leaders shortly after the conference. In the spirit of openness, sustainability, and measurability, it'll allow you to share insights, experiments, and learnings that you've all been pursuing. It will also enable all of us to connect with leaders from around the world to support and mentor one another as we implement culture change initiatives in our own organizations. And finally, there was a real focus throughout yesterday on learning and upskilling our own human operating systems. From the mental gymnastics of our philosophy slam at the start of the day to the mind-blowing perspectives from our astronaut Tim Peake at the close and everything in between, Learning is at the core of Future Talent's reason for being as an organisation. Our Future Talent learning business aims to future-proof individuals with the skills, mindset and behaviours to thrive in the changing world of work. Our transformational leadership program focuses on upskilling existing employees with better and more highly developed interpersonal skills. It's 100% virtual and it's packed with virtual events and simulations, and it's funded through the apprenticeship levy in England. Now, finally, the theatrical conceit of our digital space for this event has a serious purpose as well. We're trying to provide a special headspace to watch, to listen, and to imagine for a few precious hours. So please give yourself permission to focus on some time for yourself, on your own development for the next few hours.